for the call.
Perfect. All right, good morning, beautifuls, and welcome to our Sunday, December 12th, can't believe that, hangout. I love that we have officially changed the theme to the pajama call. I think it's perfect. I think Sunday mornings, pajama calls is a perfect theme, right? So just a couple of things. So for this week, the customer launch of Job One, it is on Thursday, which it might be available Friday or Wednesday evening. Sometimes they do it the night before. But just for those of you that have those people ready to go for Thursday that want the Job One release, I think I have about 4 that want to do it with me, and we're going to actually start it on the 18th. So some of them are teachers, so they're waiting for, they don't want to start it before the 18th anyway, because this week is going to be insane. So yeah, so that's the big announcement, is the Job One customer releases on Thursday, and the BOD group is up and running. So if you want in the BOD group for that, you need to let Christina know, because she's the one in charge of adding everyone to the group, and she'll send you the invite for that. Other than that, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Margot for hosting last week's hangout. It was awesome. I watched the recording this week, and I was really grateful that I was able to just check out and spend some time with my brother. I only got to see him for a day and a half, and it'd been 3 years, so it was much needed family time. So thank you for hosting that, for stepping up. And it was awesome to see some of the strategies that, you know, even Debbie talking about her experience and getting a friend to do Job One with her, and that sort of stuff. It was awesome. So yeah, so that's what I have this morning. I just would really love to know, like, what's working for you, what's not working for you, what your focus for the week is. I think really narrowing down the customers that will do Job One with us is a really big focus for the week. And then I did have a quick question I wanted to ask Olena or Clarissa. One of Clarissa's clients from Princess has not been able to log on anywhere. Like, she can't use Safari, she can't use Chrome, she can't use the app because it's not available in her app store. And she's on the ship. What happens? Like, I don't know how to help her. You've never had issues, Olena? I can't hear you.
I never had on the ship. The only thing that happened to me is that the internet was completely off, and I just couldn't access anything. The beach body was just not the BOD, nothing. It wasn't even loading because the internet was so slow. That was the only problem that I experienced. And that sometimes happens to me here in Moscow, that I can't log into my BOD app because of the internet as well, and because there's Russian thingies, it's not loading. So sometimes I have to use VPN first and then go in and things like that. Would you
recommend that she try that, a VPN on the ship?
On the ship, no, but here in Russia I have to.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to suggest, because I've never had that experience. So I don't know. Clarissa, have you ever had it when you were in Brazil? Or when you try to log on, it doesn't work?
Just the coach off, that doesn't work. Then I need to use VPN, but VOD,
it's fine.
But through yeah, because I have the app already, right? It always worked.
I just wonder if you can change your I feel like you should be able to change your country on your phone. You know what I mean? Like, my phone is linked to my iTunes account, which is Canadian iTunes account. I'm guessing that would be different for someone who doesn't have an iPhone. It would be Android, but there's got to be something in the Google store that links you to the country that you're in. And if she could change her address to the ship address, so that it would give her access to the American App Store. I don't know.
It's the same thing here, because here in Moscow, I am registered with my iPhone. and I cannot even get bored on my phone because it doesn't let me. Like on
Yeah.
Android, it's no problem, but on iPhone, no.
Okay, maybe I'll ask her what she has. So I was just curious if any of you had any issues with that. So, all right. So how's everybody else doing? Focuses for the week. Margot. You can take the reins. Yeah, you had everyone talking last week. I don't know if I like paralyze people and they just don't talk. Everyone talked last week. Let's go. It's not my call.
I'll share. My focus this week is going to be to actually try job one before I get started in January, so I know what to expect and can help people with it.
That's a
and
great
then
focus.
post myself actually doing the workouts to get people interested in signing up.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my focus too. I'm starting job one tomorrow. I finished 21-day fix real time tonight. So I'm going to start working on that and see what it's all about, get posting and talk to people. So now that I'm home and settled and things are calming down around here.
Yeah, I just looked outside because I was actually curious if Max was going to be on the hangout because normally she runs on Sunday mornings. I literally looked outside 5 minutes ago. It was hailing, like sideways hail.
Oh, God.
We don't get hail in Vancouver. I got hail when I lived in Calgary, but not here. Like, what is with weather? 2021, the weather, like Mother Nature is like, ha ha. This is,
I don't know,
you guys are
but
experiencing COVID, so here you go.
I'm right over it. Trust me.
Oh, I bet you are.
I'm done. Like 2021 can go away now anytime.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Between fires, floods, and a pandemic, I'm good. I've done my 3. I think we're over it.
Yeah. Did you see Tanya, did you see the shirts that Margot has?
No, I haven't been on the calls for the last couple of weeks because of all of this craziness and me being stranded and stuff like that. And then getting home was a gong show and just helping my town out clean up from all this chaos of flooding and stuff. So I haven't really had a chance to look at anything.
Okay, Margot, do you want to explain? Because they're awesome.
Yeah, we're doing a fundraiser. I work at the Health and Tech District, as you guys know, which is a hub of startups. And one of the startups, he is from Merritt. He's I guess it's a philanthropist. Like, he always does things for other people. Like, that's just his thing. And he, when this happened in Merritt, he felt very strongly about it. And so he paid for some shirts that say Merritt Strong. They're in my car. I can show you. And then we're selling them by donation, $10 minimum donation. The only thing is right now, we've almost sold out. We have 2 mediums left. And he's wondering if he should do a reprint. I'm actually going to talk to him today and see how that might work, because some people were saying, well, it's Christmas and people are going to be, and I'm thinking, yeah, but Merritt's going to be, it's going to take probably 6 months to a year for Merritt at least to rebuild and help and all that stuff. So this type of fundraiser could go on, and let a little more than $10 a t-shirt is not a bad. Yeah, there. Thank you, Vanna.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, those are beautiful. I'll definitely take one. And
yeah,
is there a way that I can share this, or you can send it to me so I can share it on Facebook and stuff? Because I have, of course, a lot of connections here in Merritt. So
yeah, well, let me talk to him, because now we're sort of at a time where either he shells out another $800 and gets a bunch of t-shirts printed, or does he get a sponsor and we put a little sponsor logo on there, which I think is the best idea. So let me just talk to him. Yeah, let me just talk to him and see what he's going to do, because as I say, that fundraiser, and I love Merritt Strong too, actually, for all of us lovely coaches. I'm going to bring the shirts today, Tamara, because we can all stand with the strong, right? Merritt Strong. Yeah. That's what we do here, ladies.
That's right.
We get strong. So there you go. So it suits her. It's part of our branding. But seriously,
I love it. I think this is a great idea. And I mean, like, anything that can help will help, right? Because they're figuring at least a year before Merritt is basically, well, I shouldn't say totally rebuilt, because I mean, it'd be depending on people and, you know, what they decide to do with their house, right? Like, I have a feeling because of our mayor, a lot of people might just decide to sell and leave, because there's a lot of she didn't do things that she should have done, like Princeton was doing with their flooding and stuff like that. And people are really upset with her right now, to say the least. But anyways, from that, I mean, they're figuring at least a year before like the roads are built, are refixed. They have to do a lot of plumbing, like not plumbing, but piping underneath the ground, because a lot of the ground's washed up. And all the pipes were showing that are actually 6 feet under the ground. So there's a lot of work ahead of them. On top of it, my daughter's school got damaged, 2 elementary schools got damaged, and the school board district got damaged. So they're working on that right now. They're still working on trying to get kids into face-to-face learning. My one daughter, of course, is doing online learning, where my other daughter is lucky enough that her school is where we live, and we weren't affected by the flooding, which was nice. So she was able to go back. But I mean, it's going to take at least a year for everything to rebuild. And I mean, I've driven around my town a few times, and it's heart-wrenching. Like, I've donated a lot. I've, you know, helped out where I can. I'm going to be volunteering up at the college, because they need volunteers for like all the donations that are coming in. They have like everything from diapers, formula, to like clothes for everybody, food, canned goods. Like, it's amazing how our little community just comes together in these situations. It really does melt my heart. Like, it makes me feel proud to be here and to be able to help out, to see our town come together like this, but then to see the province helping out. I know that there is help GoFundMe pages for all of BC, for everybody that was affected by flooding, not just Merritt, but we're talking like Princeton, the coast, like Hope, Abbotsford, all of those places. Like, it's
my school did a huge clothing, food and toy drive for Abbotsford.
Oh, that's amazing.
So like, the whole front entrance of my school is like mountains of
like, that's the thing. Like, there's just so many people doing so many things for different parts of the province, and it's just so nice to see that we live in such a beautiful province, that people are willing to come together and help each other out without any hatred and backlash and stuff like that, right? So
just so you know too, for the t-shirt thing too, your Rotary, Merritt Rotary, is going to match whatever we raise. So
that's amazing. That's awesome.
So I think we're sitting at like $4,000 so far that we've raised through the sales of these t-shirts. So they'll match it to make it $8,000. So that's good. So that,
and like I said, when you've talked to your friend there, or whoever was doing this, let me know how I can share this and how I can get it out there, because I know there's a lot of my friends that would love to, you know, purchase them and then share on their Facebook and stuff like that, right? So I would love to be able to do that.
Okay, I will do that.
Awesome. And I would love to, if there's any mediums left, I'll definitely take a medium. So
yeah, there is 2 mediums. Well, there was anyways. I was out all afternoon on Friday, but there was 2 mediums left when I left.
Okay. Well, if there isn't, and he just decide to do it, I'll definitely take one. And then, like I said, if I can share the link or whatever it is, then I will definitely do that, because anything I can do to support my town, I'm all for it. So, and I appreciate you guys doing this. Honestly, my town really will appreciate it in the end. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys are all amazing.
What's everybody else doing? Miss Ashley, how are you? I really liked your reel on and just like that.
It's my favorite show like ever. Like I said, I don't know how I got started on it at all. They found me and I've just been hooked up. They're like my Grey's Anatomy.
It was so funny because I was scrolling and I saw this quote from like Scary Mommy or something like that was like, my husband keeps getting mad at me for not using my Peloton. Clearly there was a reason. It was just saving or avoiding it was saving my life. And I was like, what is going on? So then I just Googled like Peloton something, because it didn't say, all it said, if you know, you know, right? So I'm like, what is going on? So I typed in like Peloton news or something, and then it popped up with the story, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I had no idea. No idea. I got spoiled with it and I was mad. I was so mad. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna watch these, get out of the way. I'm gonna cry. I'm just gonna cry, 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 like whatever. And I'm like, but I'm gonna do something with this, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, right now I'm just diving into a lot of training, a lot of conversations, connections, invitings, just kind of laying low and just kind of woosahing for the rest of the year and just trying to build momentum for the new year and working on content and yeah, debating if I kind of want to double up my workouts with off the wall. To be honest, I never thought I would have loved off the wall as much as I did with like regular 9-week control freak.
Yeah.
Definitely a different take on it.
Max told me she really likes the off the wall.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like it so much, and it's just a different variety of different moves you can do if you don't have the track, and just different modifiers and stuff like that. And especially since with job one coming out with just the 20-minute workouts, it really brings me back to when like I first started with only 20 minutes, and it's kind of making me remember things because what Autumn talked about in 9-week control freak is she brought up something that I actually did. She's like, you can look ahead on the workouts so you can prepare for what you're going to do. And I did that. I had to do that with T20 because it was hard sometimes. I'm like, okay, what am I getting into? And I'm like, hey, it's only 20 minutes. I already know what I'm going to do. I just need to get my mindset, just do it. So I'm just really getting real with a lot of expectations and just
I
trying
remember
to
like always preparing for speed, because I was always like, how does he go this
oh
fast?
yeah
How does
yeah
he move
like
that fast? Like,
oh
he's
man
not a
yep
small person, and like to
Mm-mm.
move that quickly, I was always like, Sean, I just can't. My
I
body
can't
doesn't move that fast.
I know
Right?
and so now I'm just like I'm getting excited about job one where I feel like I don't know if I want to like double up my workouts or just like get there because I really want to start it, but I'm like, no, like just, it's okay. Like sometimes my anxiousness gets the best of me and then I'm like, I lose track of what my goal is, you know, of what I'm doing and what's working. So I don't know. I'm just
I think what
doing
I'm
all
gonna
the
do is
things.
I'm gonna double it up over Christmas break. So
Mm,
I'll do it with, because I'm doing 80-day obsession, and I'll do it then. But then when I go back to work in January, I'll wait till I'm finished 80-day and start start the program and do it from start to finish and on from the 17th on. So I'll do like 2 weeks of it, and then so I can showcase it, but it's too much to even adding
yeah.
an extra 20 minutes on when I'm already working out and
That's what I was
working full
thinking.
time.
Like,
It's
at
not.
least want to start showcasing it and start doing it. But I'm like, how do I want to do that? You know,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to plan it out and get the hype and all the things. So, yeah.
For sure. That's awesome. That is awesome. Has everybody
So
else?
I
Crystal
have
hopped
been
on.
doubling. I have been doing job one since it started and trying to post clips every day of it, doing a lot of it. And my problem is that people keep thinking I'm running a 20-minute boot camp, like me personally. I'm like, no. So I've had to clarify that. And as much as I try to say we, not me, I still get people going, oh, I'm interested in your 20-minute boot camp. And anyway, so I did sign somebody up on Saturday. She was so excited that she sent Saturday morning. I signed up for Beachbody again because she was an old customer. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't just like sign up for it's the whole package. I know, or even sent her the 3 options. And then she was so excited Saturday morning, she just signed up again. So we had to cancel that and then re-sign up another, the normal way. So anyway, so I think the 20 minutes is I think it's good. I'm sore from it. And
I'm telling
surprised.
people because we're starting it on the 18th. So the ones I'm talking to, I'm saying I am not focusing on nutrition. The only 2 things I'm focusing on when it comes to nutrition are hydration, and that if I know I'm going out, I'll save my carbs for when I'm out. So, and that's it. Like, I'm not dialing in nutrition. I just want to have the 20-minute workouts 5 days a week, so people see that how easy it is to fit it in, and then they can focus on the nutrition once, you know, after the holidays. So that's kind of been my thing with it. I said to them, I will provide you with a meal plan and with suggestions and tips like that, but it's not going to be a focus for the holidays. They seem really receptive to that.
That's really helpful. I was just going to share that I had someone who joined me in June reach out because, of course, then they started traveling. And they said, well, you know, I feel like I get excited and then I go on my travels and then I, you know, the whole falling off the wagon thing. And I shared with her exactly what everyone here shared with me, that there's no such thing. And I think there's this pressure to keep the commitment to the day-to-day going. So then people just stop altogether. And sharing with them that if they have a focus, and when you start with 21-day fix, it's the 32 minutes, and then you build. And I shared with her that I've known about this for many years, even though I've been here with you guys for just since for a couple months. But Clarissa will laugh because every time the containers comes up, I'm like, Clarissa, no, I ain't doing no containers. The containers, I feel like it's math. I feel like, but after doing a couple programs and now getting close to the end of 21-day fix, for some reason, the containers are just clicking now. And so I told her that, you know, one, focus. And when you get back from your next vacation, call me and I'll give you some tips on the containers. And the tip was simply, I literally put like, I use OneNote for work. So I always have my work OneNote on, and I try to leave it for work. But I did this thing where the app, I see you use this, Tamara, where you just click off the containers that you use for the day. So I just put little check marks next to 3 greens, 3 purples, etc. And then every time I go and have a snack, because, you know, working at home by the computer, I go have a snack and then I come back to the desk and I just, sometimes it's out of like, I just need to get away from my desk, but then I check it off. So I'm conscious about it. And then it's right there. It's just in the corner. And I can, so that simple act of just like knowing what I've checked off, whether you're using the app or whether you're just doing it in a different program as a checklist, really helped. Sorry, there was a lot of things in that. One, I just wanted to share that I also was telling her about the focus and how we will integrate slowly the habit of having exercise in our lives. So yes, when you go on vacation, you might not be able to do it then, but don't let that fear you from coming back to it. And then 2, the nutrition part, you can integrate that slowly. And that is, it's just a commitment thing. I don't know, a lot of people that I talk to are like, no, I can't commit. So that's and I'm totally struggling these days. I think I posted about that. And I almost feel the same way. I was like, I've missed 3 days. Like, what's the point? I was like, what do you mean, what's the point? Get back out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just it, right? Is that get back out there thing. Like, I think so many people I've talked to lately just feel heavy.
Yeah.
You know, the heaviness of pandemic fatigue is a real thing, right? So it's just that heavy feeling. So it's harder to get out of bed. It's harder to, I find myself, you know, I've been out to dinner several times and I never crave like meat and potatoes. Never, like Clarissa would know that. Like, it's not in my, and it's like, that's all I want when I look at a menu. I'm like, I want something with like mashed potatoes, or there's something about like the food even right now that just feels so weird for me that I'm like, why do I want that? Like, that's the only, the food that would normally speak to me. It's not like it's bad. I'm not eating potatoes the rest of the day, but at the same time, it's just so different, right? Because of what our bodies are going through. So my body's obviously telling me something that, you know, so yeah, just let them know there is no, I really don't believe there is falling off the wagon, because you aren't the same person you were when you started your journey.
And
even one workout changes you.
Exactly. Our minds are just so impressive at how they can really make up every reason that And have you guys ever been in a situation where you look back at a video or a picture at a time where you know you were being super critical of yourself, but then you're looking at the thing you're doing, you're like, damn, that was amazing, or damn, I actually looked amazing. And then you convince yourself not to do that thing because you didn't think you were doing a good enough job at it. Then that's definitely something that I was experiencing. I had a vacation to Mexico, had a fantastic time. Sunshine. I got engaged. So
Woo, congratulations.
that was fun. And then, yeah, coming back, all of a sudden I felt super clear, but then you want to do all the things again. And so it was back to, so actually I really resonated with you, like when you said, just sticking to your goal and so on. But the heaviness, that's real, but you know, we just bring that, reel that focus in. That's what I'm struggling with. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just try and remind. So that's what I've been doing in my dance party things in the morning. It's like just to tell people kind of what I'm doing to get myself going and why I do it. Because as much as like staying in bed would feel awesome in that moment, I know how I want to feel. And if I stay in bed, I'm chasing time all day, right? Because it just happens. And then I don't end up feeling how I want to feel. So it's just shifting the focus, and life is going to send us on all sorts of zigs and zags and ups and downs, and it's just refocusing, redirecting is kind of how I've been wording it.
Yeah. So I love that you chose the two things. You're like, okay, nutrition for now. This is how I'm gonna. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and that's my only focus with nutrition is making sure, because I do find it harder to get water in the winter. I know I'm thirsty because my lips will get chapped, right? So then I'm like, okay, I can feel it. Like my lips are dry. So I obviously haven't had enough water. Yeah, so it's just finding those ways to get the water in the winter.
I know I find it hard, like I don't find it hard, but like I know when I talk to people, people find like when you talk about both like the programs and nutrition, people get scared of one or the other. They're like, oh, you have to commit to both and da 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 da. No, I'm just telling you, I can help you with both, right? Like, don't be scared. Like, I'm not going to force you to like change your whole, diet and everything and be like gung ho right away. It's going to take time for you to get used to having a routine and all that stuff. But, like, it's so funny though, because like they get scared of one or the other or doing both at the same time, right? So I always need ideas on how to not like for people not to be scared of one or the other or both, right? So hearing this helps a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I said, I don't know what it is, but something scares them, like, or just gets overwhelming for them when they hear like
I think for a lot of people, they feel like it's like a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not what this is about. It's not about making 30 changes all at one time. We set ourselves up for failure when we do that. And the weirdest thing about humans is we would never expect it of someone else. So why do we have these weird expectations of ourselves? These far-fetched, like, oh, I need to do this and this and this and this and this. You would not expect that of even a stranger. Yet you'll put that pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Right. I think so that to me is a really weird concept. So that's why I really try and gear my conversation to how that person is doing.
Yeah. I find that I put more pressure on myself, definitely, like to be that image that everybody needs to see, right? But when it comes to like helping them, it's like you got to remember to dial it back, because not everybody's going to be feeling the same way you feel, right? When it comes to nutrition and fitness, right? Whatever the fitness level you're at, right? Beginner, advanced, intermediate, whatever, like everybody's going to be at different levels. And, like I said, I don't ever expect people to change their whole like world just for this, right? Like it's going to take time. It takes steps. Like I didn't start off right away feeling like I could do both, but I mean, it just took time to know what works and what doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So, but those were good tips though.
Okay, I want to share. When I first started, I did the 21-day fix, and for me it had to be perfect. So I remember I was going through the nasty divorce. I was drinking a lot of alcohol. I remember sometimes I should say, I'm going to get the nice Clarissa or the not nice one or the bitch one. And I was basically coping with alcohol. And I remember when I started like the business and I had no option. I was either this was going to happen and I was going to make this work and become my new source of income, or I was going to go back and live with my parents in Brazil. So I really I did buy the book. I count those containers. I stopped drinking, basically I went cold turkey, and I had the results. And after that, basically our business exploded because we signed up 20 people and I was on the top of the border of Team Uproar. And yeah, it was incredible. I got like an opportunity to meet with Andre and Belmer too. We had brunch with them. It was amazing in Nashville. But now coming back to today, Timur actually, she had to help me because I kind of went like the completely other extreme, and I wouldn't put any like sweet in my mouth or anything. And I remember one summer she said, eat this donut. You have to find a balance. And since then, I kind of like have been working on my mindset because it's all mindset, right? But now I think I found the balance. And especially after the To Be mindset came up, I started like seeing that it's a treat, is not a cheat, because I used to see it as a cheat and it was all the negative that comes with the cheating, right? So now I think I found a balance. And even like now for this 80-day obsession, by the way, today is day 80. I finished the thing. So for the 80-day obsession, what I did is I actually left the containers there on the counter and I would measure. Like if I was full, that was it. I wouldn't even take like another container. I didn't keep track of the containers. I measured on my fruit for my shake. I measured my rice for my stir fry or whatever carb I was having. That's what I did. I had very good results, but to tell you the truth, I am all about short workouts. You get as good as results as 80-day obsession. But I think like the 1 hour for me, I'll never do it again. So check mark, I've done and never again. That's what I wanted to share, that like, I think I found a balance with the nutrition now after 7 years.
I'll say, and this is where I'm clear to the containers. So I came back from Mexico and I gained 5 pounds. And I was like, for the love of, when you worked with a 3-day refresh and you've been like killing it, it's hard. I mean, great things happen, but it was like, so I did the containers. And for 12 days, I was really perfect on the containers. And I lost 4 pounds. Which is like, it's probably also that I stopped drinking copiously every day. But 12 days, the containers, they work. And
they
so
work.
That was also a wonderful thing for me to be like, okay, it's not that hard. Just, you need to get on it. But yeah.
Yeah. I think showing that too, right? Yeah.
Okay, because the containers work. Let's get creative here. And do maybe Tamara, because you're the creative one. You remember the throwing the energize into each other or at each other, but we weren't throwing it at each other because we want to throw it at each other. But if we had containers, like, and all, one green, purple, whatever, pick up whatever color you want, and someone throws it in and we grab it. And we should do that, you guys. All of us.
I don't even think we need to throw. We could just do the video like that.
All right, change my plan, whatever.
Well, no, it was you. I'm
kidding.
totally for that. I think that's a great idea.
Just do the video where you push it in and then all you see is the color and then someone else's comes out, right? I don't think we need to throw, because the throwing was really hard because people would videotape it facing and then it was coming the wrong way. Right, so it was like,
well, that's what
I
just said to Mara. This is where you need to be creative, and you need to deal with us misfits who are throwing the wrong way.
I fixed it, video like that, just like MJ just did.
That was actually a huge one. That wasn't just for Energize. I saw people like doing that at the beginning of the pandemic. They were throwing stuff like, I don't know, it's a big TikTok thing. I mean, I'm not on TikTok, but it was like I'll obviously advertise, but people are doing that. But then I saw you guys do the Energize one, and I thought that
Yeah.
is like so cool.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Energize one was a lot of fun. It was just really
So-
challenging because it depended on which way people felt.
So
Hmm.
think about how we could do this, Tamara. And if we had like an empty green or whatever, and we put it up to the camera and then we pull it back and we have a full green with broccoli in it or something, or what do you think?
Because otherwise there's no context of it being food related, right?
Yeah.
No, I know. So do we
If
put
we
in
just
an empty
leave it.
container?
And then at the very
No,
end, you could have the whole plate with everything on it, like your whole meal, right? We could put it all together and then
Yeah,
the
like
last
we each
picture
come out
is
with a
the whole.
container like filled with whatever the meal's gonna be of that portion of food, and then someone has the actual portion like there, whatever the meal is or something. Like
Because I love, Margot, that when you did this recently, right? Where you had everything portioned out and then you took a picture and then the
Margot's
next
the master of that.
I am the freaking master.
You are.
and then it just turned into this.
We'll
Yeah.
work on it today. We'll come up with something today. An
Yeah,
idea.
I did it before and after. I
Yeah.
do that every so often, before and after, and I just put it in the little fit club or whatever, because so many people just don't, they still don't get it. And that's fine, because I never understood Weight Watchers, the points. I never figured that out. So people just need visual, 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 visual every week, visual, 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 visual. And as we're getting closer to Christmas, it's good timing to keep putting that in their heads.
Mhm.
You know what it was
And then,
So sorry, I cut you off. I was gonna say what worked for me is most of us in our communities, they cook. Everybody knows, it's just finally knowing what the cup size for the containers were. So the fact that the yellow is half a cup and the red was 3/4 of a cup, that made the world of a difference for me. So once I got that down, then it was just a matter of like how many, and then of course then your brain associates the color with the portion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it's
just don't post anywhere what the sizes are of each cup, because then everybody will just measure
Totally.
themselves, and you want them to buy the colored containers. This is sales
For sure.
101.
Yes, you do.
for sure.
Right?
Oh, quick
Yeah.
question. So I'm not sure how this will go, and maybe Max, maybe you can help me with this. I don't know, but I have a fellow that I'm supposed to be meeting with, who I haven't met with yet, and he owns a CrossFit gym just up the street called Rise Fitness. And I don't think, maybe I have done CrossFit. It was at Guts, Gators Gym or whatever with Sergio. And it was stations. I went from one station to another station, or when it was a timer and all that stuff. So maybe that was CrossFit. I don't even know. But anyway, I met him at a Surrey Board of Trade event, and he wants to talk to me about the nutrition side of things, because I already know a couple people who do go to his gym, and they love it. Like, I think people have said that CrossFit is kind of like culty or whatever, and they when you go, you love it, which is great. But they're not necessarily changing. Oops, low battery. They're not. None of them have really changed their shape or size or whatever, because he has no nutrition advice or anything to do with nutrition. So he wants to talk to me. He wants to talk to me about nutrition. He might want me to sign up to his CrossFit. I looked up their pricing for their CrossFit. It's $99 a month for 2 classes a week at his CrossFit gym. So I'm not sure how to put this together. And the only thing I could think of is maybe if we work to, because he wants to collaborate possibly, but I'm always wondering if, okay, are we collaborating, or are you just wanting me to sign up to your CrossFit classes? So I'm always thinking. And but if we do collaborate and he is able to sell people a $99 a year or month package, but he wants me to do the nutrition, we do have a nutrition only package, right? That only comes with 21 Day Fix or 21 Day Fix Extreme, right?
I
Anybody?
believe so, but I don't know that you get both of them. Right? I don't know that you get both Should be mindset and portion fix. I think it's one or the other.
But at least if
I
they
don't
have a
understand why
client,
someone, okay, so this is my my thinking on it is like, I recently connected with a lady who worked at a gym, and she used to be a Beachbody coach, and then she told me that it was competing with the gym, and I was like, no, that's so backwards. Like, your mindset is so small, because why would he not want someone who signs up for his CrossFit for the $99 a month that can then go home and do workouts between their 2 workouts per week in CrossFit, plus get nutrition support? Like, I feel like that creates more desire for them to want to stick to that CrossFit space, because they're being supported in a different way as well, with someone that he's collaborating with. So I feel like it becomes this, like, you need to have that abundant mindset in order to realize that you're actually going to keep more people because they're feeling supported in other ways. Whereas if they don't do that, they're going to go look for something else that is going to support them more.
That's what I was going to say too.
agree with that.
There's 5 other days in the week, right? So I think, and Max would probably agree, and correct me if I'm wrong, but as a trainer, you're like, okay, I see you once or twice a week. You have to do something else in the meantime. And then obviously have the support and accountability and all that other stuff too.
Even to do like the roll and release classes, and they could do yoga between to stretch out the muscles or something. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the way I'd present it.
Into that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I honestly, that's where my head went at the beginning, because I know for me, when I was doing the workouts, when I did go for a jog or a run, because I don't run as much as I used to, but it didn't hurt. It didn't. And I know it was because I'm sort of doing off ice training, like my son, like off the road training at home. So I would maybe say that, but I just don't want to scare him off, because it could be a good connection. But if he learns that Beachbody workouts are $119 for a full year, like, I don't want to take his clients away. Like, you know what I mean? Because
but the thing is, Margot, just because I have my massage therapist is a CrossFitter, and I've talked to her a lot about Beachbody. People that do CrossFit are very, like, it's such a unique workout that it's nothing you could compare to Beachbody. So if people are if CrossFitters, they're CrossFitters, there's nothing Beachbody is going to be able to do that's going to take them away from a CrossFitting, because they like that community of CrossFit. It's just very unique that way. So I think Tamara is right in the sense that the mobility, because in order to be a really good CrossFitter, you need mobility, right? And that's, if you listen to Wally and 645, that's what's going to allow them to squat deeper, do the overhead squats, all of that stuff that they won't
get the most out of their workouts when they do go to CrossFit, right? Those twice a week or whatever, and paying huge money, then you can go all in and do and not injure yourself.
So I would present it as nutrition with the mobility, the range and repair, the all that other stuff that complements CrossFit, rather than just, or you're going to end up being a nutrition coach, and all these people are going to sign up for nutrition with the hope that you're going to be basically kind of coaching them in their nutrition. You want to avoid that, right? So just was looking, I forgot Mary Jo, was trying to get everybody on there. So I would definitely present it as a compliment, and that all my clients, I think almost all my clients now do Beachbody and train with me 2 to 3 days a week. And they do it because I'm only training them 2 to 3 days a week, and they're not doing mobility. They're not getting enough from 2 days with me, but they can afford more than 2 days with me. So that's the way I present it. So I think if you're just looking at nutrition, I think you're missing a thing that will make them a better CrossFitter. Will be the other parts of our platform. Even if they only do 13 mobility workouts from 645, did that one of those every week.
And I would talk to him too about like the injury thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it is very common in CrossFit. I know lots of people that got injured doing CrossFit because they really go hard. It's not a faint of heart kind of workout, right? So just being able to work on like your joints and your mobility and your core strength and your glute strength to help with them with those workouts. Like that's, I would talk about how much the Beachbody platform would support them with the nutrition, but also to have the best CrossFit workouts ever.
So not even talking about the other workouts, just talk about the specific things that will make them better CrossFitters. Yeah. And maybe that's the question to ask them, Margot, is say, you know, do you guys do much work on mobility? Because I know how much a difference that can make in them being, you know, more successful in CrossFit. So just approach it in the parts of Beachbody that would be complementary to his clients. If they, you know, find other things on the thing.
So
then...
can I do this at like a James Bondish thing and have you guys in my ear, and I'll just, when he asks a question, I'll wait and hear what you say, and then I'll repeat it and probably not hear what you say and say something really stupid. Well,
you
apparently if you have a zebra, you can go far with this. Oh, not a zebra? No, what did you say?
Yeah, we'll just mess with you. We'll say all sorts of random words, right? Tell them to undo the
It'll be like an Ellen show. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Weird things like that. Too funny. No, I think it's great. I think it's really cool to like educate people on the fact that, you know, it's not always taking away from your business. It's actually adding value to your business and creating more opportunities to support your clients, which that's what it's all about.
That's a tip that I think I said last week too, is just don't say no to anything, like networking wise. And I know we're not seeing a lot of people these days, but anyways, you never know who you might meet, who you might talk to. That was just totally random at a Surrey Board of Trade event. And I don't know where it will go, but just don't say no to anything. Just I mean, you were open to do this, so be open with other people, because you never know where it can go. There you go. Now I'll shut up.
Now let's take a picture. Max, come back. There she is.
Oh, are we taking pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted something from me.
Yeah, your beautiful smile. That's what I want.
No, I was gonna say I agree with the whole CrossFit gym aspect, because there's a lot of girls I've been talking to who are just like into CrossFit and everything, and I've been trying to like integrate, oh cool, because you know we have these mobility that's going to help you, you know, and at the end of the day, you know you're going to do what you're going to do, but I just like expanding that aspect with it. And I know that there's a part of me that does tend to get, you know, I get cabin fever, and I used to be an avid gym goer 100%, but I didn't know what I was doing a lot of the time, and I didn't want to pay extra for a trainer, but I missed that group, the people there, you know, and I can't make it on to meet it with you guys a lot of the time, and it's winter and I just got to get out. So I've been dabbling with going to the gym. I want to go to the gym and take my workouts with me and just feel that aspect again, and then maybe go tanning too and feel a little better with that, you know, with like feeling like the sun's on my face and I'm feeling good, you know. So it's just I'm dabbling in different things like that, and curious to see how that will go with me. And getting on a bike, like I haven't done an actual bike where I know it's not the same type bikes, but like just getting used to just being on a bike in general. So when I do get the bike, like I'm like, okay, I'm feeling seasoned, and you know, I can transition that into my home, and like, you know, when it's summer and I want to be outside, I don't want to go to the gym all the time, and whatever,
I feel like
you know,
it shows people that there's so much versatility with the programs. Like you don't have to do them at home,
right? And like if you don't have weights,
and Andressa does it at the gym all the time.
Yeah,
right.
Join a gym, go use their weights, and
yeah. And the thing with going to the gym is I used to do the same 3 workouts over and over.
Yeah.
Like one day was, I can't even remember. One day was legs, and then there was like chest and back and biceps, triceps, shoulders kind of thing. Repeat. For like years I did that. It gets really boring and really stagnant, right? To do that over and over again. And the gym setting is awesome. I tend to work out harder in a gym than I do at home, just with others around, like you get that energy off other people. So it's really, I think, a valuable experience, but then you get to show people, everyone's watching you.
Yeah,
you know, do it,
exactly.
or
And
you're
people
taking a
might come
little
up to
video of you
you.
doing your workout at the gym and
Be like, what are you
you're like,
doing?
oh, I could do this there. So,
Yeah, exactly. So
very cool. Anyone else?
Tamara, do we know when the launch is for Canadians for the bike? I still haven't seen anything pop up yet.
No, it was supposed to be December, and the last I heard it was February.
Been postponed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be postponed because of all the flooding and stuff too in BC. So I was just wondering if anything has changed or.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to with I know the transition to the Canadian warehouse has been really challenging. So I actually have a conversation into my corporate mentor because I ordered 5 boxes of peppermint mocha on November 2nd.
I still haven't gotten mine of that either. I mean, granted, we had no
so
mail.
let me finish I'll finish what happened with my story. So I contacted them. So there was that order. 3 of my prizes said delivered and they never came. And then I ordered a kit with like the whole performance stack kit with like hydrate, recover, energize, creatine, all of that. None of that came. And when I would look at the tracking on those ones, and those ones I ordered like Halloween, November 2nd, when I look at the tracking, it kept saying that it was stuck in Ontario. Like it had actually left that New York facility, which was where everything was, and it was just sitting in Ontario. So Beachbody reshipped everything for me. And what I found out is it's not actually Beachbody that's out the money. It's Landmark Global who has to pay for any sort of missing item. So I ended up getting double of everything because it all showed up. So I got 10 boxes of peppermint mocha for the price of 5. I got a whole thing of recover, hydrate, energize, and creatine. For the price 2 for the price of 1, which I'm not complaining about. I feel bad. Landmark's out this money, but even when I would click on tracking, it would just show up because it's a new tracking system. It would just show up with like this, when the item has arrived at the facility, tracking information will be provided. I'm like, okay, but the item was there. So I don't know what's happening. And I've asked them to look into that and to also look into why we're using Landmark Global and not using FedEx, because in the US, you guys use FedEx. And the packages come fast and they're easy to track. And whereas ours in Canada is a little bit sketchy. So I'm sure that has something to do with it as well with the bike, because they want that whole white glove experience where it comes and Landmark Global is not going to do that.
No.
You don't want to get 2 bikes?
Yeah, I'll get 2 bikes for the price of 1. Be like, where's my bike? Yeah. So, I mean, I got lucky because I got all this stuff so I've been gifting some of it away.
Same thing happened for me. Both my bags of Shakeology never came, 2 different accounts. I had to call on both of them. They're resending me. I know I'll eventually get the other 2, but I still don't have any. Like it's been forever, right? It's like, oh my gosh. So,
and so the transition was really weird with it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the transition to the Canadian warehouse was really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like
I had ordered at Tamara's today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna come shopping at my house today.
Well, I had ordered that peppermint mocha when it came out right away, and of course,
what does it say on your tracking?
It said it was coming, but then all of a sudden, of course, all the flooding happened, and I figured that could be why it's sitting in a warehouse.
But where
somewhere.
Does it say it is?
I haven't looked recently because I reshipped it again. It reshipped it again. It said I got another email saying it got reshipped, but I haven't been able to track it.
Right.
So that's the other thing.
And they're sold out of peppermint mocha, so you just kind of have to wait and.
Yeah, but that's why I was curious, because I was just like, I don't know if it's the flooding that is affecting the of course, all of the mail in BC, but I thought, well, there's got to be more to it, because I know in previous orders I've had troubles with getting stuff right through Landmark Global.
Oh yeah, it would sit in Cheektowaga, New York for like weeks on end, where I would be like, where's Cheektowaga, New York? Why? What's with all my stuff being stuck in Cheektowaga, New York?
That's where both my bags of shake are. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wherever that is.
Cheektowaga must be really getting really healthy with all their supplements that are just sitting there in this warehouse. I don't know. And then it went from that to all of mine were sitting in Burlington, Ontario.
Yes.
So yeah. So I was
gotta
like,
ask,
what's
though,
in
why
Burlington? Burlington
why
and
did they-
Cheektowaga.
like, why does it go to Ontario and not straight to like BC, somewhere in BC? Like, I don't get that.
I don't know. Well, now I think because the warehouse is in Ontario. That's where it should-
Oh, so is that where the bikes are going to come from? Is
Yeah.
Ontario then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll come from the warehouse.
Okay. Okay.
So
That
as
makes
soon as
sense.
I know more, I know they're trying to get it faster. It's not like they're not trying to delay it. So as soon as I know more, I will definitely let you know. But in my last one, it was like beginning of February.
Oh yeah, no worries. I was just curious because I hadn't seen any posts about it, right? And I
Yeah.
thought Tamara will be on top of this, right? So
At least we're
we
more
can all
fortunate
kind
than
of copy
UK
and
that
paste
way.
it, but I
Right?
hadn't seen anything.
Yeah.
But I mean,
At least
I can
we're-
wait. It's no big deal. Right now, this month of December is kind of slow for everybody financially.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably
So
good thing to-
originally what my plan was to do wait to do job one till I had my bike, because then I was going to do like a bike workout and job one. But now I'm just going to do, like, once I finish 80-day, I'm going to do body and job one, so I can showcase body and the different workouts on it.
Good
And
idea.
I did upgrade and grade and do the yearly membership for bod and body, even though it was expensive, but it ends up being cheaper in the long run, right? So. But that's it, ladies. We are at an hour officially here. So thanks for being on with us this morning. Yeah, great to see everybody's faces and have a fantastic week. Remember, job one customers on Thursday, and just keep slaying it. Okay, have a good one.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good
Thank
week.
you.
Good luck with report cards.
Thanks.